What's up, everybody? Crash here. Welcome back to another episode of Crash Against the Spread, where we talk about sports from a betting perspective. We have two NFL games to talk about today. It's the divisional round of the playoffs. If you like what I'm doing, just like and subscribe and share the channel. We're trying to grow one day at a time, and you guys are the biggest help in doing that. Um, we Like I said, we have two games to talk about. It's the Ravens and the Texans. That one's the first one at 4:30. Then we have the Packers and the 49ers, this late game. First, let's talk about yesterday. Yesterday, we had three picks in the NBA. We went 2-3. I hit the Sixers minus the 5.5 against the Magic. They won 24-109. I missed the Hornets against the Spurs. They had a 4.5 spread and won by 4. So we just missed it by the hook. And I hit the Denver +7 against Boston. They won outright 102-100. That was a good game. The Charlotte Spurs, they played a foul back and forth game at the end while the Spurs were trying to close the gap. And whoever hit the 3 on the Spurs is dead to me. I'll look it up and I'll fade that guy for the rest of his career. But 2-1, so still a good day. On to today, we have the Ravens and Texans. Ravens are 9.5-point favorites in Baltimore. 63% of the bets are on Houston, so they are the public underdog. CJ Stroud is on a roll. At home, he's been pretty lights out for a rookie, and especially last week in his first playoff game. I faded him, thinking Joe Flacco had the experience. But on the road, they've been a pretty 50-50 team. And I don't think their defense matches up to the Ravens. So I could see a situation where the Texans struggle. And there is a path to them covering this big point spread, but I kind of see it as a backdoor cover. I see the first half being all Ravens, and all those struggles are going to be evident early while Stroud and D'Amico Ryans try to counteract what Harbaugh is giving them. So I do see them scoring points at some point. Just like the Ravens-Dolphins game when the Ravens were up, which is what I see happening. They did allow for some late touchdowns to make the final score look a little different than the game script went. So what I'm thinking for this one is I like the over at 43.5. 44 and 45 are key NFL numbers, and this game started at 46, so it's been bet down to 43.5, and that might be too low. So I'm going to go over. All we would need is, say, two, 3 touchdowns in the first half from the Ravens, and that prevent defense in the second half to allow Houston to score 1 or 2 to get us closer to that total. So it's kind of the way I see it rolling. Yeah, I like the over in this one. I would lean Ravens. What I'll probably do is I'll probably straight bet the over and have Ravens minus 9.5 in a parlay somewhere. So that'll be my pick for the first game. Second game, the Packers at the 49ers. Jordan Love versus Brock Purdy. I think Purdy has enough on tape that teams have started to figure out a weakness or two, and I don't know if that's good enough to beat him. But I've seen him struggle in a couple games, and I can only imagine that it's because we have enough information on him to frustrate him when he's in positions where he, needs to be on his toes, I guess. Um, Packers versus Dallas. I never trusted the Dallas defense, so I loved the over in that game, but I expected more from Dallas. So I'm not sure if that's a compliment to Jordan Love or a knock on Dak Prescott, but um, they looked good last week, and I think LaFleur and the Packers were ready and prepared for that game. Um, Assuming that they'll also be ready and prepared for this game, I think it will be more of a coaching battle. I think that there will be answers for what Shanahan is throwing at the Packers. So I'm going to go with the plus 9.5 for the Packers. I think that that's too big of spread for this team. I do like the over as well. Um, Numbers at 50.5, and I still like it. I still like it. That's a 24-27 game, something around there. Um, Same with the first one. The underdog is the heavier bet um, side, but not as skewed as the Houston game. So I am going to bet Packers plus 9.5, and also lean to the over. So I like the over on both games, and I like the Ravens minus the 9.5, and I like the Packers plus the 9.5. So those are going to be the 4 picks for the NFL Divisional Week. Tomorrow we have 2 more. I don't think I'll be betting any basketball today. Looking at the card, nothing really stands out to me. So I'll probably just bet the football games. That'll be what I'll be watching. So um, lock those in. Let's get this money. And tomorrow we'll be back for another 2 games and some NFL talk. I'll see you then.